Something very sad happened in the United States of America, in Cincinnati, where a father unalived a police officer because his son was unalived by officers a day before that. Does that sound brave? To some people, yes. Does it sound sad? To most people, yes. But we're going to find out, dig into it, and try to understand what this is about.
I knew the man, and I knew what a tremendous, tremendous person he is, and what a tremendous loss we have all suffered. The men and women that you see here behind me all knew our deputy, and he was so well liked and so well known. We could fill this building with the law enforcement agencies that respect him, love him, his friends, his family. We are so deeply saddened.
What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. Here's home, fellas. We like you. We see you. We want you to be part of this. First thing first, click on the button, subscribe. Hey, we want you here. Click here. Then do this. Okay, we're all going to do this. Why? Because it's going to be beautiful, as usual. You want to know about the continent of Africa? You're at the right place. You want to know about our communities? South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. You're at the right place. You want to know about all African nations, Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, Ethiopia. You are at the right place, my brother. This is where you want to be. Let's make this much bigger. Okay, let's get into this. Now, this is happening in the United States of America. Surely, we also see our diaspora. We like them and respect them. We see them. We family. They took you away from us. I know some of you say, no, you were born there, but it's fine. That's none of our business. We're not going to get into that. We're not getting into that today. Let's continue. Now, a man in the USA, in Cincinnati, unalived a police officer after 24 hours after his son was unalived by officers. And we're going to try to find out about this because initially, many people praise them. You know, a lot of people are praising him for doing that, showing that, you know, he's a strong male figure. Like, how would you react if somebody did that to your child who was innocent? Would you react or would you not? I mean, I'll probably react if somebody unalive my child and I see my child doing nothing wrong. We are going together. I'm sorry about that. Well, there are also other options, like what was my child doing when he was unalive, which should take into consideration. Should you still unalive somebody who unalive your child in spite of what your child done? What if your child unalived somebody and they unalived him? Would you unalive that person? Some people will do it, which I can completely see and understand why. I would probably think twice before I get the proof and understand, was he in the right side of the history or was he on the wrong side? Because I think that's what justice is. Okay, as much as we wait for justice from the police, this brother did not want to wait just for justice from police. Why? Maybe he has reasons for that. Maybe he's seen in many cases the police never been brought into accountabilities. Maybe he's seen racism, which is institutionalized. So the country basically doesn't see black people like that, or black people are perceived as criminals. You are prejudged before you are investigated. You only see you running and you get without necessarily seeing what's happened.
There is a connection between these two incidents.
In a tragic event in Cincinnati, Rodney Hinton Jr., a father of 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, who was fatally shot by the police, has been charged with aggravated murder after allegedly unaliving sheriff deputy with his car the following day. The deputy, who was directing traffic near the University of Cincinnati during a graduation event, was struck and unalived by Hinton's vehicle. Prosecutors assert that Hinton deliberately targeted the deputy, describing the act as a calculated and premeditated.
What we believe that the evidence will show is that yesterday, on about the 2nd of May, the defendant was traveling, I believe it would be eastbound on Martin Luther King Avenue, at MLK, I believe at Burnett Woods, at the intersection, immediately north to the rear entrance of the University of Cincinnati. The defendant stops his car. The defendant, in a way that was calculated and premeditated, lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the death of an on-duty deputy sheriff who was doing a detail at that intersection. As such, we are going to be seeking indictment for aggravated murder. And we would request, in accordance with ORC 2937-222, for a no bond hearing. That rule requires that hearing be set within 3 business days, so we are seeking to set that date on the 6th of May of 2025. That'll be next Tuesday.
Now, Hinton appeared in court on May 3rd, where his bond was denied, despite having no prior felony conviction. His defense cited emotional distress following his son's unaliving as a factor in the incident.
Your Honor, for the record, we'd ask the court to put a bond on him now, but we understand that it's not a voluntary request.
All right, no bond.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, look at this man. Look at this man in court. Look at him leaving court. Look at how police officers are looking at him. Now, look how he's looking back. He's got his head high, his shoulder high. He doesn't give a continental. He's not afraid. Well, some people will do anything for their children. I think every man will do anything for a child. If you take my child brutally, I'm probably going to be as brutal to you as possible. But there's a catch to that, I think, for some people. Clearly. What was your child doing? Question mark. When you look at the video, you see the child running away. According to authority, Hinton, who is the child, was one of the 4 individuals who fled from a stolen vehicle in East Price Hill during a pursuit. He allegedly pointed a handgun at the officer, prompting them to open fire. Now, they say the boy was involved in a stolen vehicle situation. Number 1. So the police was after them. Number 2, if you look at this footage, let's look at the footage. As you can see, the police screaming, he's got a gun before he shot. Let's pause the video here. Looking from this picture. Okay, we're going to stop right here. Look at this picture. This is a video from the body cam from the police. Okay, we can't see the other policeman, but we can see the child. Okay, this is an 18-year-old boy, still a boy. From what we're seeing, I don't see any gun in his hand. I mean, let's zoom a little bit. Look at his hand. The guy just screamed, he's got a gun. Then he went, pow, 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 pow. Look at his hand. I don't see any gun. It looks very blurry. It's not crystal clear.
Be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. When this happens, the outcome is almost always tragic.
He says he's got a gun, but look at his body language. This boy is running away. I'm sorry, maybe there's another footage, or another angle that I don't see. You know, I can't say that I see everything. I'm just going from what I see with the image that's been published. I'm seeing a boy who's quarterly running away, okay, is not facing what's supposed to be a threatened human being, is not facing at least a police officer. And I don't see any gun pointed at a police officer. Now, looking from this footage, I don't see why you would shoot somebody like this. Why would you do it? I mean, unless there was a clear picture of him facing the police officer and trying to shoot or acting like he's about to shoot, we could understand. But going from this one, it looks like somebody running away. Now, does this exclude him from the guilt or from all the other crimes he's been accused of? Absolutely not. If he was involved in a car robbery, that is another thing. Okay, then he should be prosecuted as a car robber or somebody that steals a car or somebody that was involved in a situation where a car was robbed. But if your child has a gun in his hand, it means somewhere you failed his education, somewhere you failed in your role of teaching him the right things. And I believe I'm speaking to good people out here. But the problem here is, was that a gun? Question mark. Because we cannot see. The image is blurry. Was that a gun? Could he have been pointing a gun on an officer that prompted him to shoot? Now, if you have somebody who's clearly into a situation of a stolen car, running away from you, pointing something that looks like a gun at you, would you shoot or not? If he's clearly within the range of taking you out, would you probably shoot to protect yourself as an officer? It's a possibility. Would you be in the wrong if you did that? You ask somebody, stop running because you're in a situation that's clearly unlawful and they point a gun at you or something looking like a gun. You're probably going to shoot. Right? Now, the problem is we don't know if that boy's got a gun because this footage doesn't show a gun. It's blurry. Now, could he have been trying to say, no, don't shoot. It's a possibility. All we're seeing is a hand stretched. Now, is that position a defensive position or an offensive position? Now, even if it's an offensive position, can we really tell that he was holding a gun? Difficult. Now, they said they found a gun next to the boy. Can we confirm that gun belonged to that boy? That's another point. Has there been instances where the police has placed guns and things around a victim to justify their evil actions? It has happened in the past. Now, who do we believe? Should the father of this child, number 2, unalive a police officer because his child was unalived, solely because he's angry at the situation, without necessarily having to look if his child was wrong or the police officer was within his rights because the child had the gun. That's another question. Now, the other problem here is this one. The father unalives somebody who is not the police that shot his child. Is that justice? That sounds like a desperate action looking for justice by creating pain in other people's family. Look, I will go find somebody that unalived my child, no doubt about that. If you do that to my child, I will look for you down in heaven. I will find you. But I will not look for somebody who did not do anything, who wasn't associated with that, just because he does a very similar job. And I can understand people feeling some kind of way toward United States of America's police, because we see many stories like this one, black people being stopped, and this one, black people driving and being stopped and being shot many times. Now, the question is, was this kid really in a situation of a stolen car? Question mark. Or was that just, people can just say that so you can look like a criminal. Was he really in that situation? Or was he not? If he was, then that's another situation. Again, in one stance, I would say a father should do everything for his family. But if you're going to do it, then you must do it right. You must be 100% your child was not involved in anything negative. You must be 100% sure that your child did not raise his gun against a police officer. You must be 100% sure that your child did not show any sort of offensive or dangerous position against a police officer that could threaten his life. Clearly threaten, not look like threatening. That's one of the things. But you shouldn't find yourself in a situation where you try to avenge your child by taking out somebody else's father. I think you've just done the same wrong as they done to you. I think if you want to do a wrong that equates to that, then you should find the person that really did that to your child and make sure that your child did not do anything wrong. There is a case that's happened. I'm not sure whether it was in Germany or something. There was a lady that went to court to see the judgment of the man that raped her daughter. And obviously they were in court and they were waiting for the judgment. And she was very angry because apparently they were saying that he was insane and some stuff like that. And she felt like justice was not going to be served appropriately. The lady took a pow, got into court with it. I don't know how she did it. She unalived the dude in front of everybody. And what happened is they stopped her for a little bit. She never was arrested. She never went to jail for that. Because for some reason, they understood the pain of a mother in that situation, seeing a person that was normal when he raped her daughter, then all of a sudden acting like he's got mental condition and he's, you know what I mean? That is something we can understand. Obviously, we can understand that. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. It is very sad. Very discouraging. A lot of Africans don't want to go to the United States of America. Yeah, some of us don't want to go there because of that. We lack freedom. You want to be stopped by the police and feeling, hey, my brother, how are you? Hot. Oh, my brother. Sina hela. I don't have franga. I don't have money. Oh, here's one. Let's share this one. We don't want to be fearful of our lives. It's not nice. God bless.